Hello everybody, Brian Callback here at Rubisco Seeds, out here today at one of our research locations having a midwinter inspection of some of our winter canola products. I would like to thank the PNWCA Canola Association for this opportunity to showcase some of the work we're doing here at this location. At this location here in Kentucky, these plots here were planted following soybean harvest, planted no-till into the soybean residue. Seeding rates here were around 200,000 live seeds per acre dropped. Very nice establishment on these plots, and the crop right now is in dormancy. At this location we have a germplasm trial where we're looking at some of our newer materials versus what we have commercially available. Our commercially available products are Plorex, Phoenix, Mercedes and Kicker. We also have multi-hybrid seeding rate trial here where we have 3 different seeding rates across 7 different hybrids. Seeding rates range from 100,000 live seed drop per acre to 300,000 live seed drop per acre. We continue to work with seeding rates as we're always continually trying to drill down to the most optimal seeding rates for customers in the different scenarios that they meet in with commercial canola production.
We also of course have research plots in the Pacific Northwest, both small plots, and then we have some commercial strip trials as well, which we place a lot of value in commercial strip trials. Because we get to see these products over a range of different soil types in the fields, and just differences you see in a larger field scale experiment than you'll see here. We also research plots in Canada, in Ontario, where we have all these products again in a small plot environment. Again, just to build up an information base on these products and their relative properties in those different areas, different soils and different climates, so we can make decisions and help growers to make good choices when it comes to picking hybrids for the fields. I thought it would be a good opportunity today to look at some of our current commercially available hybrids, which we also have here as checks. Here we're standing in a plot of Plorex, the CL being for Clearfield. Plorex is a 2G Clearfield hybrid, which means it can be sprayed over the top with Mazamox post-emergence. It also confers excellent resilience to soil-applied herbicides from the ALS and IMI families, which people may be using in their soybean herbicide rotations or in their winter wheat rotations to control weed.
Plorex is quite a unique hybrid. We've seen some very good resilience to cold on the front end of the growing season, and then as we progress towards maturity, when the soil moisture reserves get depleted and temperatures get hotter, it seems to show some very good resilience to those conditions as well. So quite an interesting product. Also, it has excellent oil content, and from a yield perspective, both in commercial fields and in plot settings, it definitely has shown some great potential.
Plorex definitely exhibits some very good winter hardiness characteristics. Oftentimes when you see a winter canola plant that has a prostrate growth habit, like we're seeing here, the leaves are spread over the ground, the crown is tight to the ground, confers a lot of cold tolerance, as in when the very cold temperatures come, the crown is protected, it's close to the soil line, and the soil actually forms a resistance around it when it freezes, a resistance to the crown exploding when the temperatures get really cold. Plorex definitely has that attribute, and it's one of the reasons why we feel it has a good fit in some of the more challenging locations for winter canola in the US. So far from it being out in the marketplace, farmers are very happy with this product. We continue to see this hybrid expand in our portfolio. We have Phoenix CL, our second Clearfield winter canola hybrid that's commercially available. Phoenix again has demonstrated extremely high yields. What's different to Phoenix versus Plorex? It has a higher adaptation to heavier silty clay soils. Some of these soils at times of the year can be wet-natured, and we feel Phoenix appears to have very good resilience in those conditions. Of course, that's not a concern in many winter canola areas where soils are drier, but this is what we've seen with Phoenix, and this is why we continue to offer Phoenix along with Plorex to growers, so they have different options, if you like, for different scenarios that they find themselves in, different soils, and of course different regions of the country as well. Phoenix, again, 2 gene clearfield product with the same resilience to soil applied, ALS and IMI chemistry. So again, a very versatile product, very high yielding. Over the top of this Phoenix plot here, probably looking at a stand, give or take, cross row here, maybe 3 to 4 plants per square foot, which we feel is a very, comfortable population to have coming into spring. We've seen, plots with fields, commercial fields, plots with seeds or plants, established plants, if you like, coming into spring, even down as far as 2 per square foot, still having full yield potential. So here, we're very comfortable with the stand that we have here. Plants have room to grow, spread out a little bit, and keep prostrate on the ground. Here we have Mercedes winter canola. Mercedes has been one of our flagship hybrids, or basically is our flagship hybrid for the last several years, based on its very high yield performance, its very good cold tolerance, and its adaptation across a wide range of soils in different winter canola regions of the country. Mercedes has been a very good hybrid for growers, and for processors it typically will come out on top of the plots as regards number 1 yield and then the highest oil content. Mercedes exhibits again a very prostrate growth habit as well during the winter. A nice canopy structure that shades the ground. We see these larger plants spreading out over the ground here and giving good ground cover. You can see here the colour, the pigmentation on it is a sign of the crop being in dormancy. These are heavy silty clay soils here, and we've had some freezing temperatures over the last few weeks, so the crop is now in dormancy. Mercedes, again, as I mentioned earlier, it's quite a popular hybrid in the Pacific Northwest, and also it performs very well in southern Ontario in Canada, and it's been quite successful in the Canadian market for the last couple of years as well, as we see the interest in winter canola picking up there, and for sure we need some good cold tolerance in winter canola in those markets, and I believe Mercedes has demonstrated that attribute over the last couple of years.
Last but not least, today I'd like to take a look at this plot of Kicker. Kicker has been a hybrid we've been looking at in plots for the last 3 to 4 years, and it demonstrates up to a 10% yield advantage to Mercedes across different regions, is what we've observed, and that's a significant enough yield advantage for us to bring this forward as a commercial hybrid. We do have some commercial fields of Kicker in the Pacific Northwest, planted in 2020, the fall of 2020. Looking forward to seeing how those turn out here in the harvest of 21.
Looking over the top of this Kicker plot, very comfortable stand here, 3 to 4 plants per square foot. For sure, optimal population for high yields heading into spring. One aspect of Kicker that I'd like to mention here is its maturity, especially in its in relation to Mercedes. We feel it's pretty similar to the Mercedes product. However, we'd like to see how it stacks up in the commercial settings this year, where you can see the hybrid across a range of soil types in a field, versus Mercedes. Looking towards the market here in 2021, we're encouraged to see the price of canola has risen, along with all the other commodities, of course, as well. And just to mention, all the products that I've mentioned today are all eligible for non-GM premiums, where you have markets that wish to purchase non-GM material for their needs. These plots today, again, like I said, they're in dormancy. So we'll be making decisions here on fertilizer and things here in a few weeks as we get closer to spring equinox and the soil temperatures warm up. Split apply the fertilizer here and probably end up with close to 150 pounds or units of total nitrogen here, and then of course probably 15 to 20 pounds of sulfur, and we'll probably add some more on at this site as well. That's we feel is pretty much delivers optimal yield at this location most years. Thank you for your time, thank you for watching, and please visit www.rubiscoseeds.com if you have any questions about any of our products. We'd like to thank you for your business in previous years, and look forward to 2021.